Galactic arms, consuming entire civilizations and turning their technology against them. The Devourer had already consumed the Zephyrian Empire, the Altarian Confederation, and the Crystal Dominions. Billions of ships, trillions of lives, all absorbed into its collective consciousness. It arrived at our system with a fleet so vast it blocked out our sun. The hologram shifted to show the terrible sight, a mechanical swarm stretching across space, each ship a fusion of a dozen different species technologies, all controlled by a single malevolent intelligence. The Galactic Council's combined fleet was shattered in 6 hours. The Devourer began converting our homeworld's infrastructure, preparing to add us to its collective. We were hours away from extinction when Elder Thexol paused dramatically. When what, Elder? The children chorused. When they came out of the void. The hologram exploded with light as ships materialized from apparently empty space. Not the sleek vessels of known species, but craft that seemed cobbled together from 1,000 different technologies, each one unique, each one bearing the artistic touches of different civilizations. The human fleet, breathed young Kelvin. Ships crewed not just by humans, but by members of every species the galaxy thought extinct. The legendary Kethmori, with their gravity-bending abilities. The mechanical Zenith, who had supposedly transcended physical form. The psionic Velnathi, whose homeworld had been destroyed 1,000 years ago. The holographic battle was magnificent and terrible. Human vessels moved with impossible coordination, their crews working in perfect harmony despite being from dozens of different species. They fought with technologies that combined the best of every civilization, weapons that bent spacetime, shields that existed in multiple dimensions, engines that seemed to violate the laws of physics. But how? Asked Nixera. How were all these extinct species still alive? Elder Thex, the hologram showed the final moments of the battle. The Devourer's core ship, moon-sized constructive merged technologies, splitting apart under the combined assault of weapons that shouldn't exist, wielded by crews that should have been myths. The Devourer was destroyed? Asked Kelvin. Worse, Elder Thexol grinned. It was converted. The humans didn't destroy it, they saved it. They separated the consciousness from the collective, gave it individuality, choice. The machine mind that had consumed galaxies became a gardener, using its vast fleet to restore the worlds it had devoured. The children sat in awed silence. The humans stayed for 3 cycles, helping us rebuild. Then, as suddenly as they had appeared, they vanished back into the dark between. But they left us a gift, a communications beacon that would summon them if we ever faced extinction again. Are they still out there, Elder? Whispered Nixera. Elder Thexol looked up through the crystal dome at the star-filled sky above their ocean world. The humans? No, my dear child. Humans aren't out there. He smiled as understanding dawned in the children's glowing eyes. They're everywhere. The Valkyrie children gathered around Elder Thexol as the 3 moons of Kepler Prime cast dancing shadows through the crystal chambers of their underwater city. It was the night of the great telling, when the ancient stories were shared with the young. Tell us about the ghost fleet, Elder, chirped young Nixera, her bioluminescent patches flickering with excitement. Elder Thexol's ancient eyes grew distant. Ah, the humans. The species that never was, yet always is. The mythical guardians of the void. The children settled closer, their gills fluttering with anticipation. Long ago, before your great-great ancestors swam these waters, there lived a species called humans on a blue world called Earth. They were said to be bipedal, with no natural armor, no claws, no bioelectric defenses. Weak creatures who conquered their world through cunning alone. But Elder,